Good day. So,
Ah, hello, hello.
hello. So I want to introduce myself. I am Michael Polo, the National President of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. We're the oldest and the largest Italian organization in America, with
Wow.
18 Grand Lodges and over 400 local lodges. And this month we have Liguria, which is the region we are celebrating in Italy. And as part of the Roots to Tourism for Italy, we're celebrating Liguria. And today we have Marilisa
Villanacci.
let's start all over again. Marilisa Villanacci,
Yes,
who's their head of the tourism office. And I want to welcome you, Marilisa.
thank you. Thank you.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, yes. So I am honored to be here to meet you and also to represent my region because it's the most beautiful region of Italy, of course. Liguria, and I am in national and international department, and so it's for me it's something. Sometimes I go abroad and present Liguria. I have been in Miami, I've been in Cape Town, and all over the world. And I'm specialized in experience tourism. That is to say, a special tourism where a person, a tourist, can experience the local, can experience the flavors and meet local people to have this true experience, not only as a tourist, but as a friend, as a guest. Yes. And I'm not from Genoa. Genoa is the capital of Liguria. Now I will show where Liguria is. I'm from South Italy, but I love this region very much. I am in love with the region.
You bring up a really good point. So most of our members are from Southern Italy. So
Yeah.
we are intrigued with your northern beauty. And
Yeah.
like yourself, we are planning trips to go to Italy. So sponsoring or showcasing your region is going to be very important to us. So thank you so much.
Okay.
Can you highlight any special festivals or events that take place in Liguria through the year, which might offer American tourists a deeper cultural understanding?
Oh, yes. First of all, we have to, I'll share my screen because I want to show where Liguria is because it is set. Oh, what happened? Here.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
Liguria, can you say?
Yes.
Can you see it? Okay. So Liguria is in northwest of Italy here, and it is divided into four provinces. And when you find on internet Liguria, you'll find that it is most of all mountains near the sea, mountains, villages near the sea. And so this was the main character. The geography influenced the character and the history of the Genoese. First of all, the climate, because in Genoa and in Liguria, the climate is very mild. So all over the year, you can do activities, you can participate to events, and you can go on sporting, and also because this is one of the most beautiful city of Italy, because it has 82 blue flags, flags which are for the clearness of the sea and also of the small ports and the quality of small ports. And as you can see, the structure of the Liguria, this is Imperia, and you can see that it is they are, all the city, all the villages are on the sea in a certain way. And this is typical. So you ask me for special events. Of course, there are different kinds of events. I've prepared the main because we have many events. I will start with the Rolly Days. And to understand what Rolly Days, and we have to do, I guess I'm trying to explain what Rolly are.
Wow.
Genoa was a very powerful maritime republic, as a Venice, always fighting one against the other, had so many colonies all over the Mediterranean Sea. Genoese were merchants, and what they do, they had money, and so they started give this money to all the kings and queens of all Europe. But when the kings they had to give back this money, they had to pay very high interest. So Genoese transformed from merchants into bankers. And so they decided to live all together in a wonderful street, which was created in the half of the 16th century. And it is made only by wonderful palaces. And these palaces are like small royal palaces, as you can see. This is our Chamber of Commerce, for example. We are lucky because these palaces can be seen today because in these palaces we have the museums, the Chamber of Commerce, and so on. But what was special for this? Why these palaces were declared UNESCO heritage? Because there was this Rolly system. I mean, that's if you, Michael, had a wonderful palace and it was like a 5-star or 4-star hotel, and there was your neighbor who had not so a good palace, and so he has a 3-star hotel, and so on. The meaning is that these palaces were classified because since there was not a royal palace, we had a doge, we were a republic, and so in these palaces were put in a list, which these lists were called Rolli. And when, for example, a king was going to see our city, Genoa, and there was a sort of bingo. And for example, if your palace was chosen, you have to host in your house the king, the queen, and
Wow.
because we were the best. If a count came to Genoa, there was the third category. So, understand, it's a kind of hospitality which was unique. And the palaces and the historical center of Genoa, which is one of the most or the largest historical center of Europe, and it is full of these palaces. And 42 of these palaces were declared UNESCO heritage. So what happens? That twice a year, in May, January, and October, there is the Rolly Days, so they are open, and also the Genoese can see some of these palaces which are generally closed because they are private, but all over the year,
Beautiful.
many of these palaces can be seen. So for me, it is the event which is special, which is particular for our region. Then we have other events all over the many of them all all over the territory. For example, this is the Cervo Music Festival. You can imagine a village on the sea, because this is the sea, and all the people listening at this magical music in July or August. I think that it is something
wonderful.
Of course, I can draw also theatrical show like in Venezia, but they use Italian. But instead, the music is international. Oh, there are sport events like this one. Do you know Siena and Palio?
Oh,
yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so they are the different, the horse which belong to one contrada or the other one. Oh, for La Spezia, it's the same. Look, each one of them representing a piece of the city, and they struggle, they try to win, and it is it's a wonderful feast, and this is in August. And just I chose another one in August. Can you imagine what is this?
It looks like a cake.
It is a cake, just because I really yes, yeah. This is a cake. This Beautiful. Is in other events, incredible events, and the story is a medieval story, and it's there was a marriage, a wedding between Bianca and Opizzo Fieschi, but and this is on the 14th of July. But on 13, what happens? It happens that it is the last night when Opizzo is a bachelor. And so there is a feast with the other, so with our, how do you say it, all in the dress, medieval dress, and they do battle, of course, just the theater. No? And this is but the wedding is coming. And so all this Opizzo and Bianca, they came, and of course it is the wedding cake. It is enormous, because can you imagine how many pieces are necessary for all these people? Yeah.
Right, it's beautiful.
And so, but there is also a game that a man and a woman can buy a ticket with a word, and the same word with different colors. And so they don't know who bought the same word. They have to go around and try to find the same word. And when they can have a piece of cake.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's the one. So there are so many. There are also gastronomic events, if you prefer, if you are fond of gastronomy, because gastronomy is we are very proud of. First of all, we are very proud of pesto. Do you know pesto?
Yes, it didn't pesto originate here in this region?
Oh, yes, yes. There is also in Sicily pesto.
Okay.
But the Genoese pesto is something unique. I just to understand what before that, because these are the images of the pesto championship. So you can imagine that when we were in Miami presenting Liguria, there was one of these pesto championship. The creator who goes around the world, and he organized this competition among 10 person. They could be tour operator, they could be press journalists. It's the same, and they do. And the winner has the right to come to Genoa for the final. The final has just we have just had in Genoa last weekend.
Oh, nice.
So, but why I say that it is so important? Because I have to show how complicated, how difficult it is to do pesto. because pesto is made by basil, and you know that the basil is very, very small, and these small plants are not on the trees, but on the ground. And the Genoese, they cultivate it, and they lean, they are down, and each plant of this. So the shoulder is very, very heavy. Very. So this is. Now, how can we have the oil which is necessary for the pesto? Do you know that we have no plain in Liguria because of the mountains? And so look at this small wall made one stone over the other. So there's the sort of terraces. And you can imagine how difficult it is to have olives from here. Yeah. And also everything. So we have talked about basil, olive oil, olive extra virgin oil, then cheese, pinus, and garlic. They put all together and they do pesto. Okay, this is the mortar, the marble mortar. This is the pestle, and these are the ingredients. But if you wanted to do it, to try it with pasta, what do you need? You need wine, of course, and also our wines are difficult to have because these are, for example, wines cultivated in Cinque Terre. You know Cinque Terre.
Oh, Cinque Terre, sì.
Yeah. So on the terraces, and it's also this is very heavy. So what I mean is the ingredients of our kitchen have a story, have an added value. So when you eat pesto, you don't eat only pesto, but you eat and you understand the territory. So pesto tells the story of this territory.
Beautiful.
And so not only pesto, but we have other good. You know that. Oh, I forgotten. Oh my God. Oh my God. I forgotten the queen. Oh, the queen is focaccia.
Oh, focaccia.
This is the queen. This is the queen because when I go abroad, I don't miss mama or boyfriend. I miss focaccia. Yeah. Ask a Genoese, and when they think about focaccia, oh, they smile inside because it's wonderful. So this is simple focaccia. It's Genoese focaccia, but there is another delicious variation, which is focaccia with cheese. This is focaccia with cheese. And the secret is the cheese. It is a crunchy. It has to be sliced. This slice has to be very subtle, thin, crunchy, and with the cheese should be soft. Yeah. And also there is a festival there is in Recco in June. And what is it? It is the fish festival in Camogli. Other person. On the left, you can see the pan. It's enormous pan. It's enormous first for all these persons because Camogli is a fishing village, and it is it was an old port, small but very rich in history. And then in the end, I want you to know the Olio Oliva. It is an Imperia, which is one of the other provinces. Also, Imperia is a beautiful town. And this is the feast in November, the feast of the new oil. So also this feast is very, very participates. People love it.
Yeah, wonderful.
These are the events that we have other as festival, you know, the Festival of Sanremo, for example. We have just ahead, yeah. And Festival of Sanremo I think that you know that
Yes, that's the world famous music
it's
festival.
world famous. But you know something that I want to show you, and it is this. You know that if I write Sanremo, you see that there is the city of Sanremo because the
Mhm.
festival was made for to promote only to promote the city during low season. In fact, it is in February. It is not in August when
Mhm.
Sanremo is full of people. And it was the first edition was in 1951. So imagine how many years. And
Wow.
if I write Sanremo, you see the modern one. Look at this wonderful scenography. It's huge. It's okay. But if I write something different, that is to say, not Sanremo, but Sanremo, I think that you see someone. Look, these white and black and white photographs are
A lot of
fantastic.
history.
And do you know him? Do you know this person?
Oh
It
yeah.
was it was called Mr. Volare because his song who won the 1958 edition was Volare,
Mhm.
no, cantare,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
oh, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù con te.
Yep. Beautiful.
So this is and this is one of the festivals. Sanremo is the festival of the song, so of the Italian song, known all over the world. And then I prepared for you other interesting, for of course, as I said before, Michael, you can do sport
Mhm.
all over the year because of the climate and because of the influence of the sea. And as you can see, you can go trekking always in the mountain, but when you are in the mountain, you can see the sea. And so I think that this landscape is unique. This is the bike also for me. I'm not a sports woman, I can say. And you can, if you see the form, it reminds you of something, maybe of the railway which was here and
Mhm.
which was dismissed. And so this cycle path was created beside the sea. And yes, it is wonderful because it is now it is 30 kilometers, but it is
Wow.
becoming more and more longer and longer. So I think that it could be interesting also for tourists because it's a new way to see a place in silence, in contact with nature, with the sea. If you do it, for example, in May, in June, or in September,
Mhm.
the climate is fantastic, and it's all you can rent also e-bike. So for that reason, I say that it's also for me.
Right. It's wonderful because you can, rather than driving it when you're riding, you're seeing so many more beautiful parts of it. You know, you're taking the
Yeah,
time and
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So this is also, and of course, you can see the history. Liguria is full of history, most of all in medieval time. You have to know. Oh, if you want to see my face, sometimes not only okay. Um, you have to know that there is a big difference between western part and the eastern part of the region because the western part are made by the valley which enter into the mountain. What happened? That in ancient time, when there were the pirates and the citizen, the Ligurians, they lived near the sea. since there was this danger, they went back into the territory and they built these fantastic villages, such as Taggia, that is Arma di Taggia, Diano Castello and Diano Marina, Final Borgo and Finale Marina, Marina. So all this, it's very interesting. And instead, what happened on the eastern part of Liguria, that these valleys are parallel. So the most important and beautiful, we can say, and typical villages were on the coast, because the coast was already, as I said, as Cinque Terre, and the valley are parallel. It's interesting this to understand. And so, if I can continue showing the screen, so this is Ventimiglia Alta, very beautiful, and this is Genoa. Yeah, imagine that you are here in this lift. It is an historical lift, Liberty style, and you can have this view of the city. I think it's very fascinating because look at this, the roofs. The roofs are made of slate. So the slate, which is produced near Genoa, is gray, but the color of the facades are multicolor. So there is this contrast. Here, Genoa was born, and then the development of the city. Very, very beautiful. This is the cathedral, Genoa St. Lawrence Cathedral. And when you go in the historical center of Genoa, but all over the region, you can find the ancient shop. I mean that not supermarket, but in the historical center there are the old shop, which with the traditional the traditional furniture, and they are certified, and they are part of special tours. And there is also a pharmacy which dates back in 1650 or more or less. So, yeah. And there is the friar who helps you with herbs. He is very, very nice person, and so on. So I already talked about this, and I want to show this because it is Boccadasse. Boccadasse maybe a quarter of the Genoese in Buenos Aires, which is Boca Junior. There is a team, a football team. Boca comes from Boccadasse, not sure, but maybe. And what is it? It is in the city. It is surrounded by modern palaces, but it is a simple village of fishermen. It was. Now, of course, it costs very, very. The apartments here are very, very not so cheap. Okay. And then what else? As they said, Liguria, we can say that it is a perfect place where you can live all over the year, where you can study, and also a place where you can work. Imagine that you can smart work. There are many people now who are originated from other regions who have chosen to work here, to smart work here, because of course when at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock you finish, you can go and have
enjoy
an aperitif, yeah. And I want to show this because I think it's Portofino. It is a sort of, there has been the Portofino Days, International Fiction Festival, because many movies are, and we have a film commission. And so we try to contact producer, convince them to produce their film here in Liguria. And of course, Portofino has a story of Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita, I mean this, if it works, and it was a place, I think that maybe some of your association can remember the star who went to Portofino, all them, Ingrid Bergman, Rossellini, Humphrey Bogart, these are Italian, and also Maria Callas. Callas, yeah.
My favorite.
Nelly, and also Liz Taylor, Frank Sinatra. Oh, we can have all this. For that reason, Portofino was for this. And then maybe, you know, or your children, or the children, remember this, Luca. Luca was set in Cinque Terre. Wow. Cinque Terre, so that are in Liguria. So we are very proud of it, because the creator of Luca is from Liguria.
Beautiful.
So this is one of the place, Verezzi, which is one of the magical place of the coast. You can go when you don't want to share your vacation to the crowd with many people. You can go in these places like Finalborgo and Lerici. Also near Cinque Terre, there is Porto Venere, on Lerici, Levanto, that are near, but they are more quiet than
I think the next time you and I meet, we'll be sitting there. I like
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. There is a gentle lady who gives the possibility to take this picture.
Beautiful.
And also, as I said before, this is Dolce Acqua. I love this place, which is called Dolce Acqua. Do you know what Dolce Acqua means? It means
yes,
sweet water.
Dolce, the house of water.
Dolce is sweet, okay, water. But imagine that this is the capital of the wine for Liguria, Rostese di Dolce Acqua. So I always laugh at it because it's incredible with this name. And this is the castle of the Fieschi family, Opizzo Fieschi, the one who married Bianca, about the same family. So they were very powerful. Our family, and this is one of these inlets. So we have so many villages which are certified villages where life is calm, when you can meet local people, you can handicraft, and so we are very proud, and also because these villages are only 20 minutes or 30 minutes far from the coast. So you have another world, another dimension. So it's beautiful. This, I think, you can go, and I take this picture. I took picture because it was inspired of this church, which was inside a wood. So you can imagine. So I already talked about this. And then what else? Because time is going. I can talk also about, maybe we have other treasure. I don't know, you are interested in, which are our historical garden. I know that many people love gardens, love parks, and this is Villa della Pergola near Alassio, which was declared the most beautiful garden in Italy, also with these wonderful views. And they are setting for wedding, they are used for them. And this is Villa Pallavicini. I worked in this villa when I was young, the last century, I mean, okay. And it is a magical mystery park because it was, imagine So this is the lake and the temple. This is the image of Diana, the goddess. And this is the symbol of the unity with nature, but and also of the paradise, because you do a sort of tour into yourself, and you meet Roman period, classical period. You go into a grotto, which it is the hell in a certain way, and you go away from, in a boat. You go like Dante in a comedy, in Divine Comedy, and you go and exit this grotto, and you are here in paradise. So it is a thematical garden which was created in the 19th century, the half of the 19th century. I love it very much. And this is Villa Hambury, made by an Englishman, a noble Englishman, which is near France, Ventimiglia, a botanical garden. Also very interesting. And as you can see, it's very rich garden, and you go, and when you go down, you touch the water. This is
Magical,
another garden.
beautiful.
Beautiful, all in this garden. And so I think that Liguria is quite unexpected region, because people knows, of course, Rome, Florence, and of course, as everyone says, you came here for are you coming here for the first time? Oh, go there. But then when you wanted to explore something different, I think that Liguria can offer you something. And as you have said, this is the next year there will be Euroflora, which is a big exhibition of plants and fruits. And if you want to try it to find some info about next year, because it will be interesting for passionate. And in the end, I would like to end with one of the person I love him very much. I don't know if you know Pietro Giannini. Peter Giannini was Italian, was Ligurian, because he came from.
Oh, he was Ligurian.
Yeah, he was from Liguria. And I like him because it's wonderful. Not everyone knows that he was the founder of Bank of America, which was Bank of Italy, then Bank America. He was very wonderful person for me, because he really understand what a bank should be. A bank should give money to a person who has not the possibility in that moment, and had not killing him with interest.
Right.
And I love the way he wanted the grants. He looked at the hands of the people. If these hands were
calloused,
they were the man of a person who worked. Okay, he gave the money.
That's a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful story. For me, it's something emotional.
Yeah.
And of course, this year I think it's the best way to conclude, because it is the year of the roots. So we invite everyone to discover the flavors of the childhood, remember what the grandma said when they were a child, and also remembering. Well, I think that's it. Imagine to find something you have seen only in an old photograph in black and white, and you can.
Our organization always celebrates, he starting what is now Bank of America, because it's such a large American organization.
Fantastic.
That was founded by an Italian, obviously from Liguria, which is wonderful. That's beautiful.
Thank you for this, because
yeah, that was a beautiful overview. So many beautiful pieces. Given Liguria's rich maritime history, what are some of the must-sees visits on the coastal towns or ports that highlight the aspects of the region's heritage?
As I said, of course, we have so many
Tons.
ports. Of course, there is Genoa you have to see, and of course, you have the possibility in the summer to have the visit in the boat in a boat. You have also aperitif, and with guided visit of the. I'm a guide, and I did it sometimes, and I'm fascinating, and I did it one night also. One guided visit, and it was extremely, because you see, of course, it's the modern port, and but there is a world to discover visiting a port. And the other one, of course, Savona, Imperia, La Spezia. Savona and La Spezia, they are for cruises. They are important for cruise. Also Genoa, of course, is full of this. And I suggest Camogli, because Camogli, if I can show you what is it, and I'll search for you in, I'll search it for you if it does work in internet. Look at this, because you'll be in love with Camogli. Camogli is also called the lovers, you know?
Oh, no.
Look, look. And it was a city. It was considered a city. Now it is a village, but it was called a city because there were many vessels coming from Camogli. They built the vessel, and near Camogli there is another wonderful place, which is this. I recommend you, and this is the Abbey of San Fructuoso Abbey. This place you can reach only on foot or by boat from Camogli or Portofino, and it is a treasure because it's an historical. It was a Benedictine abbey, and now it is a museum. But of course, the water is fantastic there, and you can have a bath, of course. And so these are the ports I recommend you because of their history, but also Lerici, as I said, Porto Venere. If I can show you Porto Venere. I think that it could be wonderful. These places will happen. Wow. Okay, I'm here. Have you some minutes again, or
yes, yes.
Allora, Porto Venere. So, okay, look, also this Porto Venere is a magical place. And it's also the church where there are some weddings. And see all these houses, which has multicolored. Oh, they say that maybe it is because there is no space, and so it is how to distinguish and divide the houses. There is a legend for Camogli. Mogli means wives, and so it is that the story tells that the fishermen, when they were in the sea, and they came home, and in this way, seeing the different colors, they could see what their wives were doing, and also if they are with friends or something. It's a joke.
I understand. I understand.
So,
So they could distinguish
so,
what house was theirs. Yes, I understand.
yeah, of course. This is Porto Venere. Then also Lerici from this. No? All these are wonderful with the small port. And on the other coast, also we have, for example, like Gueglia, with the fantastic church of St. Matthew, and the feast of St. Matthew, also famous for that. I can say Alassio is famous for There is a small, it is famous for this small wall, and there are the, how do you call it, they are the signs of famous um, characters in all covering all this work. I can talk you about Albisola, for example. Albisola, which is famous for the ceramic. So it is famous, this museum. Yeah, this is the ceramics for the art crafts. And also in inland, there is also Campo Ligure. Campo Ligure, which is famous for filigree. Look what they do. They do vessel with, this is gold. This is gold and silver. You see? How
So
do
beautiful.
with patience, look at this. These are small circles, a miniature. It's incredible. So this is in Campo Ligure, which is not far from Genoa. Then, for example, Albenga. Albenga, it was a Roman port and the historical center as this wonderful church, the Cathedral of Saint. Oh, it is the Cathedral of Saint Michael. You have to go, eh? And maybe
Beautiful.
I will
I'm looking forward to visiting.
I will sing it for a concert, in a concert in Saint Michael. And I have sang some years ago with my medieval choir in Saint Michael. And it's very beautiful. Look, Albenga in Christmas. This is in Christmas. Look, the same church with these decorations are only lights. They're only lights. So this is it. This is in December, for example, and then going west, if you have the Golfo Dianese, for example. Golfo Dianese is a gulf, and you can have. This is Cervo by this where the concert was. This is by the. Oh, I can see. Ooh, no. This is Cervo. This is Cervo. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's these small places are fantastic. Also, like for example, Bordighera. Bordighera is another very. Bordighera is a bit British because I think that many writer and actor, they most of all the writer in the last century or the 19th century, they decided to come here and to live in Bordighera or in La Lazio, and these are wonderful. I can show you I don't know how many, because we are full of this of these places.
Yeah. Beautiful. What airport would we fly into if we were going to visit your region?
In Genoa, there is the airport. The airport may be Milan, and then you can come by train to Genoa, 1 hour and a half. But you can go to Milan. It's the most international.
Right.
You have Genoa is connected to Monaco or Amsterdam. So Copenhagen, there will be.
Yeah. I think it's so absolutely wonderful region to explore, because it looks like there's so many gems in that region between all the different areas. I love it. I love it. Well, I can't thank you enough
We wait
for
for
your,
you. We wait for you. I'll be your guide.
definitely 100%. I thank you. Our members will learn and obviously appreciate the beauty and all the rich culture that are up in the Virginia
Okay.
region.
If they want, you can put in the post or in the social La
Mhm.
Mia Liguria dot it. And then the English one is our website. You can have also in English, and it follows the season. So now Liguria is here. You can have some experience also. You can guided visits, the cooking lesson to learn how to do pesto, or excursions, guided visit. You can do and be inspired.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Now, um, you've answered all of our questions. You've done a wonderful job at explaining your
Thank
rich
you.
culture. I think now then we should probably share the beautiful video that you sent us. Let's do this. So let me go here and share screen.
Okay, so maybe if before
Yeah.
finishing this adventure in the USA, I please, if you can show the you can show the video I send you, so that in it you can have the resume, the recap of what I have said.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me do that. Let me click on the video. Optimize.
But the public knows? Does the public knows that your background is Liguria? Oops. Okay.
Can you see the video?
Okay. Go.
Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful rendition of all the beauty and culture. So thank you very much.
Okay. So happy Easter to you
Happy Easter.
and
Buona Pasqua.
buona Pasqua. Thank you, and we wait for you in Liguria.
We look forward to seeing you, yes, when we visit, definitely. Thank you again, Marilisa. Ciao, ciao. Here. Stop video.